Hi, I'm Casey, and I'm one of the Adult and Teen Service Specialists at our Lockport branch. Today what we're going to be making is a fabric no-sew wallet that's perfect for cards or cash to carry around in your pocket. What you'll receive in the kit that you pick up from one of our branches is a fat quarter of fabric, pattern of your choice, the pattern to cut the fabric, a 15-inch piece of fusible interfacing. What you'll need at home is a pair of scissors, a ruler, fabric glue or a glue gun, either works, an iron, and a work rag you don't mind getting a little beat up. All right, why don't we go ahead and get started? Okay, so the first thing you're going to do after you cut out your pattern from the paper you were given in your kit is you are going to fold your fabric in half lengthwise. So you're gonna have the back side, you're gonna fold it in lengthwise, like so. So it's folded in half, kind of like a letter. You're going to take where it says, place this side on fold, and you're going to set it on the edge of the fabric. So this way when you cut the fabric and you open it, it opens like a book or like a card, like this. So I'm gonna go ahead, I'm gonna hold my hand down and I'm going to begin cutting. Using the pattern as a guide. To follow. Make sure I trim off any extra. It doesn't have to be perfect because we're going to give it another trim later. But as close as you can get it to the pattern is ideal. And again, fabric scissors are preferred, but they don't have to be fabric scissors. Moving the excess out of my way. Keeping a hand on the pattern so that I can guide it well and keep it in place. If you want to pin it in place, that's okay too. And then your excess can be used for other projects. We'll just go ahead and fold that up and put it away. And when you're finished with your fabric, it should open up like so. See how there's a fold here in the middle, opens up like a book. We're gonna go ahead and put that aside. And we're gonna take our excess. And what we're going to do is we're going to unfold the segment. We're going to use our ruler to cut a 4 by 9 piece of fabric. So this is unfolded. We're going to use our ruler to cut a 4 by 9. So I'm going to go ahead and put it at the edge here. This is the cut side, so it's fairly even. I'm going to make a small cut. So I've measured it out to 4. And I'm going to make a small cut here, so that I know that's where my 4 inches is. And then using my ruler as a guide so that my piece is a little bit more straight, I'm gonna find my cut mark, my guide mark, just right here. It's very small, so using my guide mark, I'm going to put the ruler down and I'm going to put it straight, and I'm going to cut along the ruler so that I have as straight a piece as possible. Again, if it's not completely straight, that's fine. Obviously, we're going to make some mistakes. We can trim up later any excess fabric we do not need. Okay, so now what we're gonna do is we're gonna cut ourselves a 9-inch piece from what we've just cut to get our 4 by 9. So I'm gonna work backwards. I'm gonna flip my ruler around. And I have 9 right here. For those of you that can't see, it's upside down. 9's right here. And I am going to cut towards the 9. And again, it doesn't have to be perfect. Go ahead and take your excess and put that to the side. And you should have a 4 by 9, so 9 inches long and 4 inches wide. Okay, we are going to repeat this process with the interfacing. So I'm going to get the interfacing and we're going to repeat this process. The only thing that's important to remember about the interfacing is that it's smaller than your fat quarter of fabric. So when you place your pattern down, you want to place it so that it goes right up to the edge here, so that you know for certain that you're going to have enough fabric on this side for your 4 by 9 inch piece. Okay, after you've repeated cutting out your pattern and your 4 by 9 inch piece with the interfacing, again, it should look like this, like a book. What we're gonna do is we're going to iron the interfacing to the fabric. In order to do that, what we're going to do is we're gonna open up our fabric, backside up, and then we're going to take our interfacing, and there's going to be one side that's a little rough, and then the other side's a little soft. So we're gonna take the rough, bumpy side, and we're going to line that up with our fabric as best as we possibly can. So we might have to flip things over, but we're going to line it up as well as we can. Again, the fabric and interfacing don't have to be perfectly aligned. This is just to keep the majority of the fabric stable. We will trim off extra fabric when we are done ironing them together. Okay, so I have here on the side my iron that I have set to 5 and wool. I don't know if you can read that, but whatever you have on your iron setting wise, that's wool or steamy, go ahead and put it on that setting. What we're gonna do is we're going to steam baste the edge here, so steam based the edges of your wallet by lightly and gently pressing the tip of the iron to the outside edges of the fabric. This is going to not fuse it together, but hold it down so that it doesn't move like crazy as we're steaming it and fusing it together. So just the edges, we're just steaming them together so that they begin to bond. So that when we do eventually iron them down, they're not going to move on us. That rag that I told you about earlier that you don't mind getting beat up a little, you're going to go ahead and dampen that, make it sure that the whole thing is wet. Okay, and then you're going to lay that down over one side of your wallet. Then you're going to press the iron down and count to 10. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Next, you're going to place down again, overlapping the section that you just pressed on. So I have this part that I've already pressed down on. I'm going to repeat. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And I'm going to keep repeating that until I've done this whole side. Be careful when you lift up this rag, it's going to be very hot, so lift by the corners. And then go ahead and put it down on the other side. You might need to re-wet the rag depending on how dry it became. You're gonna complete the other side. And once you complete the other side, you're gonna go ahead and do your 4 by 9 inch piece. So again, careful when you're lifting up the rag, it's gonna be hot. And then this will be warm as well. It might stick a little bit to your ironing board, in this case my rags. But you should already feel a difference in the stiffness of the fabric. I'm gonna go ahead and set this aside to dry. It's a little damp, and then I'm gonna do the 4 by 9 inch piece. Once I have my 2 pieces put together and ironed, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go around and I'm gonna trim up the edges. Notice how they don't overline exactly? I'm gonna go ahead and cut some of the excess fabric off of the fabric. So I'm gonna cut that interfacing. I'm gonna cut the interfacing off the edges here. Now that we have this trimmed, you're gonna go ahead and place it down vertically, and you're going to fold in these pieces on themselves. And then just hold them down, give them a good crease, and turn it this way so that it looks like this. Our first thing that we have to do is we have to take this 4" by 9" piece, and we're going to lay it down so there's a bit of an overhang on each side, about 1 inch. And then we are going to use our fabric glue or our hot glue gun and glue it down. So I lined it up first, and now I'm gluing it down. So glue on the back side. I'm gonna flip it over again, placing it down center so that there's about 1 inch of overhang on either side. Press that down and hold it. And now it should look like this. The next step is going to be to take either side, fold them in on themselves, and then you're going to insert one side into the other. Just like so, so that they tuck into each other. Then give that a good crease. You're gonna do the same thing on the other side. Again, so that they slot into one another. And then go ahead and push those down and hold. So that you have like a nice little crease in there. And then using your glue, you're going to put a dab of glue on the inside and push down so that it's glued together. And repeat on the other side. Once you have those glued together, you're going to take the overhang and you're going to fold it under the 2 pieces that you just slotted together that are now 1 piece. You're going to fold it in, give that a crease, just as so. And then you're going to glue this down here. So I'm going to put a line of glue down there, and then I'm going to press and hold. Repeat this on the other side. Tuck in that overhang. And go ahead and glue that down. All right, next step is to fold over on itself. Give it a good smush. And there you go, you have your wallet. Folds and closes. And then when you open it, it has the bottom. Go ahead and let that glue dry for at least 30 minutes and you will be good to go. All right, and there you have it. Thank you for joining me today in making our No Sew fabric wallet. I hope you've had a fun time putting this craft together. I know I have. And we look forward to seeing you soon. Hopefully you'll make some more crafts with us. Have a great day.